All right, what's up, YouTube? We're here with
Jason Cool.
All right, Jason, what'd you play today?
I played Cyber Dragons.
All right, so why Cyber Dragons?
Basically, I bought the deck when all of the stuff first got revealed. I've been playing it for a while. I think it's really good, like as an OTK deck, like going second. I love going second OTK decks. I played Pure Crusadia when that was a thing. Its turn one boards aren't the best, but they're still not like absolutely awful.
All right, let's dig on into this.
So starting with the main deck, free Cyber Dragon, kind of necessary, but like
My Cyber Dragon deck doesn't need Cyber Dragon.
there was a recent build at top that was like really heavy on the back row stuff, and like I'm always trying to be like aware of what's like going on with the decks that I play, and I don't understand it, but 3 Galaxy Soldier. Some people run 2.
I was gonna say, like, the inconsistencies often like outweigh with this guy.
Yeah, I actually really like just like seeing him in my opening hand. So like even 2, I'm not like, oh, that's really awful, because then I still have like the fuel to just like kind of keep going.
Yeah.
I understand why people like 2. It's also one of the first cards I usually side out. If I need to side stuff in, I'm like, oh, Galaxy Soldier.
The question is, like, what would you main deck instead of it?
Probably just like another extender or something. I'm not entirely sure. It's never been one of those cards where I've been like, I want to run 2 of these.
Fair enough.
Same thing with like Noxter.
That's another one people play 2 of.
Yeah. I like him at 3 just because like I like seeing him. I like my machine dupe targets. I just like having access to all of them. He is bricky occasionally.
Yeah.
But like he's just extra gas for the deck, and that's really what I want to see, is just all of the gas.
Trying to bring down the house or something?
3 Hertz, pretty absolutely necessary in this deck. Same thing with cores. The normal summon, it's probably the best normal summon in the deck.
Yeah, literally being able to tutor for Cyberload or any of the other ones.
Electromagnetic Turtle. It was a card that...
What is this?
It's a card that people played a lot of early on in the builds, because you can dump it with the fusion to get like the extra attacks, and then he just like stops the battle phase. But like with him, one of my friends like built the deck, and he also like helped me with his build. He was doing really well with it.
Okay.
It stops OTKs. I love it, to be honest. This just because chain blocking. I tried 2 of him for a while, and
Do you like bricking?
yeah, it was pretty bad. I mean, coming from like the pure Crusadia games and stuff, like that deck can basically chain block its entire the OTK boards that it makes. It just chain blocks with all of them. So I was like, hey, I want to play Cyber Dragons. I can just like chain block with this card. It'll be great, and it was not.
All right.
Onto the traps. 2 Cybernetic Overflow. Probably one of the best cards in the deck. A lot of people play 1 because it's searchable. It's another card I don't mind seeing in my opening hand. It makes seeing one of those like makes it so you don't have to like search for it with core in your turn 1 boards. I don't play 3 because that's it's asking a bit too much for bad hands, but I think 2 is just like the right number for it. 3 Infinite Impermanence, probably the best card in Yu-Gi-Oh! I think. It just does so much. It's a hand trap. It's the only hand trap I'm playing in here. Also, like turn 1 setting it, you can turn off like floodgates and various other things. It's infinite impermanence, and anybody who thinks that Valor takes the spot of it is
Wrong.
just doesn't understand how it is worth the price tag. Spells, 3 Cyber Emergency. Pretty obvious.
Yeah, that card's good.
Foolish Burial, another card that I don't particularly like that much, just because it's like a really awkward like starter card. Like you Foolish like it hurts to like.
So, on the topic of this, there was a Cyber Dragon build that was playing Gizmek. Have you considered that?
Somewhat.
Because that is an OTK monster.
Yeah. I haven't really had too much of an opportunity to test with that. It is what it is, I guess. I'd be interested in seeing, like...
More of the science.
Yeah. I am a science man. One Power Bond. A card that is very questionable for a lot of people. It is... Honestly, it just, like, it catches people off guard. It lets you, like, steal games, like, literally. Like, you can play this card and, like, people be like, oh, well, I guess I just, like, lose. It's also not bad as an extender. Like, if you have, like, kind of a cloggy hand with, like, Naxters or whatever, you can, like, Power Bond them away, get, like, the Fusion out who's level 5, and then just, like, kind of continue on from there. You'll take some damage at the end of the turn, but, like... damage doesn't matter because
when
people
you're
are
going second and trying to kill your opponent. Right?
Yeah, that and like people will just probably kill you from Fool a lot of the time, anyways. I mean, this format's a little bit heavier control, but definitely catches people off guard. Like if you can get an opening with it, it's just seals games. 2 Overload Fusions. Probably if like people don't want to run the Power Bond, you could go up to 3 Overload Fusions. This is just like a power card. It's just, you can rip it off the top and just like go off and just secure so many games. Overload and Power Bond both kind of fill the same role, but Overload is kind of like a mid-combo extender, and like Power Bond is like something you can open with. 2 Twin Twister. Back row decks are really popular. The guy who topped the YCS way back when, I think it was like, might have been last year or something, he was like playing 3 of these. I like 2 because I don't like opening multiples of them, and it's a little bit, like I think 2 is enough in the main deck. I'm siding the 3rd one. I don't want to get like blown out by back row, and Cybernetic Overload, the Trap Overflow, also fills like sort of the same role. Like you can pop back row with it, so you don't really need 3 in the main. 1 for 1 is pretty standard, just like gets combos going. Cyberload Fusion also
Battle Phase Extender.
Standard. It's alright, closes games. It's not like the best thing in the world. There are times when I first started playing the deck that I definitely screwed up and was like, I'll just like Cyberload and have like my board of guys swing in. And then it's like, no, because that's the only thing that can attack. And if you can't like pump it up with a Seeger or something, then it's just kind of a bad version of Overload or Power Bond. Cyber Rep System, kind of this, it's just like another extender, searchable extender. Monster Reborn, it's another extender. It's pretty fun. It's another card that I just like kind of continuously sided out though.
Yeah.
You could play something else in its place if you choose to do so. This deck does have like quite a few flex slots for like cards. Cyber Repair Plants, also pretty standard. Searches everything, basically. 3 Machine Dupe.
Of course.
Because this card wins games. It's so good. You can bait a lot with this deck too, like summon Core, just like bait out like the Ash Blossom and then be like Machine Dupe, and like, oh, well, I guess they just lose. Really good going first too.
Alright, extra deck time.
Extra deck.
This is all pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah. Infinity, Nova, Pallades. I didn't ever make him, but like he gets around other people's like Chimera Tech cards, which I think people are dropping because maybe not. I mean, Cyber Dragon Orcust has fallen out of favor, not really playable. Almirage card makes the deck like a billion times better when it came out. One Seeger, just like one Nightmare Phoenix. Very difficult card to make in the deck because you have to use monsters with different names. But like it's an out, you make something else and then just go into this and like pop things. There can be only one really shuts this deck down. Shuts a lot of things down, but one Linkaribo. You can go into this with Hertz.
To make the Phoenix, to break the, there can only be one.
Cleefort Genius, another standard card, just like you can combo out with like Machine Dupe in it. Pretty standard other stuff too, just like the Chimera Tech stuff.
Okay. Alright, side deck.
Side deck is a work in progress. It's pretty bad if I'm being honest. The extra Twin Twister, 3 evenly matched. I was debating on maining this instead of like the Twin Twisters and like maybe dropping like Power Bond or Monster Reborn. Really good in the meta now. Cyber Eltanin, really good against sticky boards. He just like kind of clears everything. You can bait stuff out, and if you have the extra gas, you can bring him out. I'm not maining this card. A lot of people are. I'm just not. I don't think it's that great, to be honest. Like it'll remove something, and then you have to use more cards to get rid of it. 3DD Crow, I was trying it out for the day. Wasn't too impressed, to be honest. There were times where I was just like, why am I not using Called by the Grave? Was like the question that I was like trying to answer when I was like siding this in. So I'd probably have those be Called by the Graves. 3 Red Reboot. This is an OTK deck. This card lets you OTK. I think that's, yeah. 3 Pankratops. Just another really good going second card. If you need more gas going second, he also like pops There Can Be Only One, gets around, stuff like that.
Any final comments?
People underestimate the deck. They don't understand that even if they're making you go first, you still have plays and you can still do stuff. The deck is really good and really like still a really solid choice. I would not underestimate it.
All right, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
The ride never, well, truly ends. Thank you, patrons. Without you guys, I don't know what I'd be wearing in these videos. I might be a Truffle Shuffle incident all over again. Guys, please also check out VanCole40 for some awesome Vanguard content. Some other interesting stuff you might find up here on the left or in the description as well. Thanks for watching.